afternoon. Thank you for coming down. It's a tragic day.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Can
Because
we
the mics are all
have you
over
right in
here,
the
so
center?
I don't know if you could scoot down. and
Sure,
move
just slide
it.
over a little.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'll just lean up, Tom.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming down to Costa Mesa today. It's a tragic time in the history of Costa Mesa. I'd like to turn this over to our city CEO, Tom Hatch. Tom.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and members of the City Council. Thank you for coming today on short notice, and we know that obviously creates some inconvenience to you, but we appreciate you coming. What's going to happen today is I'm going to give some words about some of the key focuses of our city organization, and then council members may or may not have some comments to share with you as well today, but even they know that the focus today is on the words that I'm going to share, and so they might hold some of those words, and though they want to share some things with you today, they might hold those words for a later date. We're not going to answer any questions, so at the end of the presentation we'll conclude the press conference today. As the mayor mentioned, and as you can see from the City Council, this is a very difficult time for our city organization, for the City Council, for the community in general. The tragedy that happened just 24 hours ago has kind of really rocked the entire organization, and all of us are kind of in shock about what occurred. Fam is a 29-year-old kid, great kid, working so hard to support his family, and was such a dedicated employee. He was one of our maintenance workers. He had been here about 4.5 years, and he was a resident of the city of Fountain Valley, just next door, one of our neighbors. Today, in the last few days, last few hours, we've had an opportunity to spend quite a bit of time with employees, and that has been our focus. And it was clear that many employees have fond memories of Lee. He was well liked and one of the hardest employees and hardest working employees that we have, and so he's definitely will be sorely missed. Again, I mentioned the focus today is on two things. One of those is the family. The city staff has reached out to them. At the same time, we're being supportive of their needs for some privacy. And so in the next few days, we're going to be continuing that dialogue and working with them even more. Another key thing that we did to help the family was created a fund. We're fortunate in Costa Mesa that we have a wonderful thousands of volunteers. A good group of volunteers is called the Costa Mesa Community Foundation. They have agreed, along with our city staff, to work together to create a fund for WeFam. And we, as a focus of today, if there's a lot of issues and things that you need to report on, I would encourage you to report on the fact that his family needs some help, and we're looking for, all of us are looking for support from the community to help the family. In addition, our city staff are starting the process to assist the family with the benefits that are due to FAM as an employee, including CalPERS benefits, any retirement benefits that might come from his work here. Both his mother and his brother were designated by we equally 50% relates to any benefits that may come his way. The second focus for us at this time is on the city staff. The city staff is grieving, this council is grieving, and the community is grieving. That is our focus. Crisis counselors were brought in yesterday immediately, and just did a wonderful job of reaching out to our staff and to members of the community and to the council in terms of providing support in terms of their immediate needs. Never had an experience like that with crisis counselors coming into this kind of tragedy, and the support they provided was just critical to our employees. We're looking to meet the employees' needs in this difficult time, and we're spending a lot of time talking to them. The focus isn't on getting the work out. The focus is on communicating with employees and making them as comfortable and meeting any need that they have at this time. One of the key items that we're looking to do this Monday as part of this process of grieving and coming together as a city employee staff is that we've set an event, a remembrance for WeFam. The city employees will be gathering at the east end of City Hall. We'll be gathering approximately 3 o'clock, and Pastor Mike Decker, who's a chaplain with our police department, will be helping to lead the service, but also employees will be participating. And that remembrance will take some time, and we'll take some time to go through that process. But approximately at 3:17, which about 24 hours ago was the time of Wee's death, we'll have a moment of silence, and we look to bring the employees together and support each other during that time. Those are the focuses. Those are the focuses, and those are going to be the key focus of our attention as we move forward. A few other things I did want to highlight today is that the PD obviously is investigating the death, and will be providing a report, and a public report, and that will be made available to all of you upon its completion. Later, I think it's important and an assessment be completed about the process of noticing. It's important to review a process like that and to ensure that we did everything possible to make that process as appropriate as possible. Packets are available that went out to some employees over the last 24 hours, and those are available for you to review today. I know that in my heart, I know that noticing process was conducted by our department heads and by our key management staff with care, with detail, and with compassion. I think the employees, while it was a difficult communication in terms of what was occurring, the employees appreciated the care that went through that process. Also, in terms of getting some help for our city organization as we move forward, we brought on some specialists to help the city, its workers and residents as we go through this process. We've retained growth partners, which have a long track record of expertise in employment law and human resources management. They will be working closely with me and our city staff to keep employees fully informed and to guide us through this process. I've also brought on Bill Lobdell on a 90-day contract to help us communicate with our city staff and with our residents. Bill is a longtime Costa Mesa resident, former editor of our local daily pilot, and journalist with the Los Angeles Times. He's well respected in the community, and I've told him to create a communication structure that will put Costa Mesa on a path to being the nation's most transparent government. We will include using the website to post frequent updates on news about city government and making accessible many different kinds of public documents. My goal is to keep employees and residents completely up to date on what's going on with their city. With that, I want to thank you for coming and thank you for your time today. Please keep Wee's family in your thoughts and prayers. It's late in the day and you are on deadline, and at this time we will not be answering any questions, and
that is not right, sir. He should address it. Your mayor should address this.
That concludes our press conference.
Mr. Mayor, will you address why you weren't here?
You're talking about being transparent, yet you don't want to answer any questions.
Mr.
How can
Mayor,
that be?
Mr. Mayor, please address. Where were you yesterday?
I'll answer one question.
Where was he
The
yesterday?
focus of today is, like I explained, it's not about all these other issues. The focus of today, 24 hours
That
ago.
is your focus, sir. The focus that the employees wonder is why was the mayor not there, dressed in a not to be dressed in?
And so the focus of today is what I mentioned.
Sir,
and I
the focus, the
appreciate,
reason people are
appreciate
here
your
is
time.
because of him.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, will you please address
No comment,
this?
guys. No comment.
Thank you for coming up.
You have an obligation to the people who live here, sir.
Can you tell us when you'll be answering questions, if not today?
You were less than a mile away, sir. Why didn't you come? You were less than a mile away from City Hall.
Is there no one that will speak to the people of Costa Mesa?
This was a sham.
You should be so ashamed of yourself, sir.